I'm sure like everybody, you've probably wanted to invest in Lagos State, but you are afraid, you are uncertain about the value of Lagos, you're uncertain about the safety of Lagos, you're uncertain about quite a number of things. This video is going to be super explanatory and expository for you. But before I go on, if you haven't already done so, find the subscribe button around this channel and ensure that you subscribe. It's going to be one of the most valuable videos you have watched in a long time about Lagos real estate. So first of all, I'd like you to know that Lagos is part of the top 5 largest states in Nigeria by population. Lagos has a population of about 20 million people, right? There's a really high estimation that it could be a lot more, but for a safe number in this video, let's use 20 million. And the land size of Lagos is just about 3,577 square kilometers. Now, you may not know how massive that is and why that figure is amazing, that 20 million people are in just about 3,500 square kilometers of land. So I'll help you and I'll do something for you. I have a list here of the top 5 states in Nigeria by population, and I'm going to show you their land size so you understand exactly why Lagos is a special state. So we have Kano, which has about 20,131 square kilometers. We have Katsina, which has about 24,192. We have Kaduna, which has about 46,055. We have Oyo State, which has about 28,454. Now, if you don't understand what that means, I want to help you. We can put Lagos inside Kano 6 times. Yeah, I have to say that again. We can put Lagos inside Kano 6 times. We can put Lagos inside Katsina 8 times. We can put Lagos inside Kaduna 15 times, and there will be space. You have no idea how much of a big deal that is. And you can put Lagos inside Oyo 9 times. So Lagos has about 20 million people with just about 3,577 square kilometers. Now, if we divide the available land size by the number of people in Lagos, we're going to arrive at 0.0017885 square kilometers per person. So if you want to divide all the land in Lagos equally, it's going to be 0.001785 square kilometers. And you know, and I know that that's almost impossible. And technically, if land is fixed, or maybe not so fixed in Lagos because there's some feeling everywhere, but if land is fixed, that means the demand for land in Lagos is going to be super high. And so having a piece of Lagos is somewhat like owning a really rare gem. And to crown it all, Lagos is a coastal city. And so that means Lagos has access to the high seas. So there's a lot of importation, there's a lot of exportation that goes on. So I want you to think about this. The economic capital of Nigeria has over 20 million people, has the least land size, and is now positioned for imports and exports. Just think about it with me. How valuable will the 3,577 square kilometers of Lagos land be? Little wonder why in Lagos there are always land disputes, in Lagos there are always demolitions, in Lagos there are always court cases, because I mean, we're all fighting for 3,500 square kilometers. That's all we're fighting for. So the question becomes, how exactly are we going to position ourselves to make Lagos land, to have a piece of Lagos, since 20 million of us are fighting for 3,577 square kilometers. And that's why you always hear a lot of demolitions in Lagos. I want you to think about what it would take to control the building rise in Lagos. And that's why the Lagos State Building Regulation Agency always has a lot of work to do. Because by the time they're on one side of Lagos, another person is building at this end. Before they are done, another person is already building at this end. And by that, I mean, there are literally times when people build entire structures and sometimes they don't have an approval. And so the building management in Lagos is extremely tough. The land management in Lagos is extremely tough, and it's a lot of work. Let's take, for example, Lagos State government wants to give a C of O. Do you know how many applications for C of O are currently pending? And one of the processes before they actually give you a C of O is they have to physically check the land. So let's assume there are 5,000 requests for a C of O right now. That means they probably have to visit 5,000 lands. So do you know the length of time that it takes for proper documentation to get processed in Lagos State? It's always a lot. So these and many more make Lagos a very complex state, a very difficult state, but a very profitable state to invest in. And one of the questions that a lot of people have asked and still keep asking themselves is quite simple. How can I make Lagos money without Lagos wahala? For those who don't know what wahala means, it means without Lagos stress, without Lagos problems. And that's exactly what I'm about to show you on this video. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can begin to position yourself to make Lagos money without Lagos wahala. So I'll pull up my iPad now and I'm going to zoom in on a couple of screenshots of maps that I have taken and use this to explain a lot to you. So let's look at the first map currently. Now, if you look at this map, this is actually the map of Lagos boundary with Ogun State. So we have this line. If you look at this dotted line all the way here, is the boundary of Lagos. So the way Lagos and Ogun State is Ogun State is so big, it's almost so, this is not exactly how it looks, but I'm just giving you, it's almost like, so this is Ogun State in green, and then this is Lagos State in purple. And so from here, you could access Ogun State, from here, you could access Ogun State, from here, you could access Ogun State. So you can get to Ogun State from, if you're going through Ota, Songo Ota, you could get into Ogun State from there. You could go through Ekpe, you can go from Bega, Arepo, you're in Ogun State. You could also go through Ikorodu, right? So because of how wide it is, there are a couple of ways that you could access, Ogun State. So, but I'm going to show you a couple of those angles here. So this is the boundary between Ogun State and Lagos State. This dotted line that you see all the way through like that. Let me use a different color so it's quite clear. Red like this. This dotted line, if you follow it through, it shows the boundary, between Lagos and Ogun State. Now, what many people do not realize is there is a certain value that we call border towns. So what exactly are border towns? Border towns are towns that lie just at the border of Lagos, of a state. So for example, in this case, let's look at this border town. So this border town right now, can you see Ojudu is just by the edge of this line? It's a border town. Can we see? This area is a border town, right? Can we see? Now, one of the things that many people don't realize is that actually by the law of Nigeria, right, the LUA Land Use Act of 1978, in summary, right, one of the major things there is the state governor or every land in a state is under the authority of that state. That's a basic summary of it. I don't want to use legal jargons. So really, everybody who is in Lagos State has to process their documents under Lagos State. If they want to get a CFO, it's under Lagos State. If they want to get a governor's consent, it's under Lagos State. Anything that they want to do, basically, is going to be under Lagos State. They want to get their survey plan under Lagos State. They want to get the building approval under Lagos State. Maybe they want to renovate under Lagos State. And like I've explained in the first part of this video, because of the demand in Lagos State, and because we are not at the point of this video really fully digitalized, the stress, the pressure, the fear of Lagos State is extremely high. So the question becomes, how exactly can I eat Lagos money without Lagos wahala? And like I said, that's exactly what I'm showing you. One of the things you can do as an investor who really doesn't want the problems but wants the rewards is to go to, first of all, the first step, number one, is to find what we call the direction of development. When you find the direction of development, what exactly does that mean? It simply means you want to find where there is aggressive development moving. And one of the ways to find that out is, number one, where do we see a lot of government projects around region? Number two is, where do we see a lot of property developers moving? Why I'm saying that is, not every border town is as viable as, they're not all equally viable. Some towns, some border towns are going to be more valuable, because the direction of development is in that route. That's the first thing. Now, the number two thing you want to check is you want to check something, and I'm going to show you something very important. You see, very many times when you look at, let's say like Ikeja here, let's look at the map. When you look at a place like Ikeja, this is one of the business districts in Lagos where there is high economic activity. So listen, whenever there is high economic activity, one of the things that happens many times is not everybody can live there. So for example, maybe an entry-level staff at an organization is earning, maybe at the time of this video, 200,000, 300,000, or even 150,000. That person may be working in Ikeja, but many times that person cannot live in Ikeja. So what that person does is the person says, okay, can I leave maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes from where I'm working? So I will leave my house 30, 45 minutes earlier, get to work, and don't have to pay those huge house rents. Now, whenever you find a CBD like that, look at someone like Ogba. If you know correctly, Ogba is a very serious hub for young people. Because all the people who are working in Ikeja, they can't directly live there because of the cost. So they go to Ogba. Now, it's getting a bit expensive, and we are seeing a lot of movements, not just up from Ogba, we're seeing a lot of movements to Bega. We're also seeing a lot of movements as far as Arepo here and all the way to Mowe, this Mowe region. We're seeing a lot of people moving there. So one of the things you also want to check is how is the economic activity of that place? The regions around, most likely, I want you to take note of this, are going to benefit from the boom of that economic hub. So again, one of the things you want to be doing to find a very strategic border town, like I said, the direction of development, the level of economic activity around that area. So one of the things you can do, like I said, as a really smart investor, is rather than taking the challenges in that state, just come to the edge of the state and buy a property, land bank there. The markets, the city will come and meet you. Again, not every border town is as viable. You need to be very smart and analyze the border towns that you want to pick. So currently, I did a practical example to prove what I'm showing to you. Look at Ojodu. Ojodu is here. And I want you to look at Olowora. So Olowora is literally just by the edge here, and you have Ojodu here. So I did a search. If you go to Nigeria Property Center, which is one of the leading places where properties are listed, I did a search for a plot of land in Olowora. Now look here, the average plot of land in Olowora is 100 million. Average plot of land cost 100 million. He said the prices may vary by location, ranging from 6.5 to 130 million, but average on their platform is 100 million. Now that is Olowora that is here, 100 million. Olowora is paying all the Lagos State wahala, doing every challenge. Now look at the guy at Ojodu. What's the average cost of land in Ojodu? 70 million. So there may be a tiny marginal difference, but guess what? This guy, probably if he wants to get to CFO, it's way faster. If he wants to get his governor's consent, it's way faster. If he wants to get his register, it's way faster. This guy here, if there's a challenge, he's going to beat. So this guy is almost earning the same thing without the wahala. Now, but this axis of Lagos, this is the Arepo to Bega region. And if you're going like this, you're going Arepo, you're going Opik, you're going, Sherry side. That's this route. So, like I said, this 100 million, this 70 million. So this guy in Lagos State doesn't have any wahala, sitting down there, earning his money. If his rental value, if he's renting it out, most likely rental value is going to be almost the same, right? In fact, it may even be a greater thing because this 70 million now, the rental value may be 1.2 somewhere and maybe 1 million somewhere. The rental value, so he's investing way lower and is reaping almost the same rewards as somebody who invested 100 million. All right. I want to show you another border town. Look at this. And so this is a border town that is almost fully is opening up way big. So you see Magboro is opening up. You see Arepo is opening up. You see Mowe is opening up. So this, the plot of land in Arepo is now like 15-20 million. All right. I think you can still get maybe 9-10 million somewhere in Magboro. So this place is opening up, very strategic place to invest your money. And if you go down the road, you also see the redemption camp. I don't have that map yet. The redemption camp is already there. Now, the other thing, another border town that is opening up currently is the Lagos Ikorodu border town. Sorry, Lagos Ekpe. So not many people know that there's actually Ekpe that is in Lagos State, which is here. And now there's Ekpe that is in Ogun State. So look at the boundary again. Sorry. Look at the boundary again. This is the boundary. This is Ogun State. And this is Lagos State. So a lot of people are having challenges with the Ekpe of Lagos State. They're afraid. So what you can do, come to the edge. Now this is Omu Ekpe. Now there's even a Lagos to Omu Ekpe road that is being done by Dangote, as you know, as at the time this video is being made. Now Dangote is doing that road because it's probably easier for him to move his tankers from the refinery backwards than trying to enter the city. All right. So that road is going to increase the value. Now I want you to take note of something. If you look here, can you see the green area is small, but then the areas that are sort of white or gray is large because a lot of development has hit there. So what you'll find out in the next couple of years is that these areas will begin to become white too, because people will be buying up this forest and be building. Now if you look here, you see this place, it's seemingly like the gray areas are small and the green areas are a lot. Whenever you see an area like this on the map, it means that the place is still a very strategic place for land banking. So one of the places you may, and it's very cheap. I think right here at the time of this video, land is still you can still get 1.5, 2 million land around this region. So somebody has 50 million, he literally could buy 50 plots and just wait. Now, because it's Ogun State, he may even go ahead to process his CFO. Maybe easier, maybe faster, get your register out of it and keep all that documents and just strategically land bank. I remember I said you also want to move in the direction of development. So if you notice, there's a lot of direction of developments from Ekpe. I said you want to find where property developers are moving and where the government is moving. They've done the Lagos Film House, you know, the food hub is there, the entire road network is there, the international airport is in Bejulegi. So there's a huge direction of development in that region, which could signify a really strategic move to go and wait at that border town. Right, I was showing you the last one. The last one is Ikorodu. Now, if you look at Ikorodu, you may be asking, what is the direction of development there? Notice there, number one, the 4th mainland bridge, as at the time of this video, proposes to be there. Another thing to pass through that place. Another thing is, you know, one of the trains. All right, the train is going to pass through that region, and if those trains are done, I mean, movement from Ikorodu to VI may be less than 20-35 minutes. And that's what happens in most developed cities. There's really no point of staying in the city center because there's a train and it's so efficient. And so if the transport system becomes extremely efficient, what would happen is there's no point of living in VI because I could get from VI to Ikorodu in 25 minutes, and you know, it's almost guaranteed that my bus or my train will leave by, say, 6 a.m. every day. So I know that at 6:30 I'm at work. So all I need is just a consistent train ticket. Once that happens, all of these places are going to open up. Now I want you to look at Ikorodu also. If you notice, the gray area is a lot. So there's a lot of development that has happened already. So we're still seeing a lot of green areas that we can manage in these places. So Ikorodu, positioning in the Ogun State side of Ikorodu may also be one of the ways that you can tap into Lagos power without, you know, Lagos wahala, right? So I think I want to pause here and just zoom in. I hope this video was valuable for you. I tried to make it as informative as I could, and positioning at the border towns is one of the most strategic ways to tap into the value of a city without challenges of a city. Now, I know there are other challenges in the edge of the states. There may be challenges in Ogun State, but many times, remember what I showed you, the land size is like 3,777 Lagos. Other land sizes are like 20,000, 10,000, 15,000. So the demand on their land is usually not as high, right? So if you also go to those states, it's not a guy that thinks they're going to be all rosy. Do your documentation, do everything that you would do to secure your property, and the profit will be waiting for you in future. Now, if there are conversations around border towns you want us to have, or you're even looking to invest, you want to position strategically, there are going to be numbers scrolling around the screen. Do well to send a message. Do well on all our channels are open, maybe it's Instagram, TikTok, maybe it's WhatsApp, you know, and we'll have a conversation and see how we could build a strategic land banking portfolio for you so that you can also have the profits of Lagos without the challenges of Lagos. And I mean, do you have objections? Do you have comments? I mean, let's have intelligent conversations in the chat box. You also have questions? throw them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to respond to them, and I'll be sure to respond to them. If this video was valuable for you, do want to subscribe. We're going to release a lot more videos often from time to time, and also make sure you share with somebody, and I'll see you on the next video. If you found this video extremely valuable, I'm so sure that this particular video will be way more valuable for you, so you could check it out. As usual, I remain Realtors, your plug for the best real estate investment deals, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.